How's it going, guys? It's Crazy Boy here, and welcome back to GTA Reviews. And there's going to be a lot of these videos going up, like in a short period of time, guys. But today we are going to be reviewing the Thruster. So the Thruster is the jetpack of GTA Online, and you can buy it on Warstock at the trade price of $2,750,000. And we have Evan here and Carl here, which they'll probably help me do the review. And Evan can go online now and he can check for me the original price of the Thruster. Go ahead and do that for me now, Evan.
It's going
to be the one on the far right. Or do you only see one price? Actually, guys, I think Evan might only see one price because I think he actually did the Doomsday Heist with me, so...
It's either $2,750,000 or $3,657,500.
Okay.
Which one you get.
So, that's that. Next up, we're going to have storage. So, obviously, this thing, like most other vehicles, unfortunately, is kept in your Doomsday Heist facility. This is also where you're going to keep stuff like the Avenger, your Conjali, and then the Barrage and the Chernobog if you also own those. And it has to be modified in your facility as well. However, it is a personal vehicle, just like everything else. You can call it in at will, you can call it in via your mechanic, and you know, if you just get into it, you hit right on the D-pad, you can customize it. So you got the armor upgrades, the engine upgrades, and you have the countermeasures. You got the chaff and the flares, which I personally prefer the chaff, and I will show you guys how that works in a minute. You got your liveries. You got tons of liveries here that you guys can pick. Respray, obviously, you can respray it. And then for the weapons, I can't talk today. You have no weapons, which, why would you want no weapons? And then you could have dual 50 cal miniguns, which aren't really that accurate. You need precision accuracy. Or you could have the missiles, which I personally recommend. That's what I have. And the last thing you guys can put on your jetpack is you guys can put JATO thrust on your jetpack, which is basically this little rocket thing here, and it will help your jetpack get in the air and take off. So we're going to hit exit the facility. We're going to take this jetpack out for a run. And as you guys can see here, I'm just put the landing gear up, and we can fly it around. The turning isn't too great on the jetpack, so if you're relying on it to make sharp turns like in a split second, then this is probably not the vehicle for you. You probably want to go with some type of helicopter or plane. And as far as the missiles go, the camera is kind of trying to be up your ass 24/7. Therefore, if you're going to do anything with missiles, you probably want to do it in first person, considering you can always see stuff from your point of view. So, you definitely want to do that. And keep in mind, guys, that the missiles are controlled with the X button, and it's not the L1 button like the Stromberg or the Deluxo. And the missiles feature, the missile feature is similar to the Buzzard, where you can fire 2 at a time like this. And then you have to wait another 6 seconds or so before you can shoot 2 more. So, unfortunately, it is not rapid fire. However, you do have unlimited missiles on it, which is actually pretty cool. So what we're going to do now, guys, is we're going to go test out the countermeasures. And the countermeasure is going to prevent people from locking onto me with the homing launcher. The flares will divert the missiles, but personally, like I said, I prefer the chaff on this, because if you guys get the engine upgrade on this, it actually moves around quite fast. So it's a good thing for getting from point A to point B, but note that you have literally no frontal cover on this thing. You're basically screwed. You are actually screwed. So there's Evan right there. Evan's going to pull out his homing launcher. He's going to lock onto me. I'm going to use the chaff. Now we can't lock onto me. You have exactly 10 chaffs before you run out. So, just to show you guys again, Evan's going to lock onto me. Chaff. Now we can't lock onto me. And like I said, you got 10 of those before you have to resupply. So landing, you guys want to be a bit careful with this thing because it is kind of easy to flip over. But you're going to land, and that yellow bar, you have to wait for it to recharge every time you want to use it. But you'll just hit down on the left stick. It'll boost you up in the air, get you some decent height, and you can fly away. So that is definitely something that you might want to look into if you kind of want to get in the air a bit quicker. But know that it is like $150,000, so you do want to make sure that you think about it before you buy it. As far as armor, it can take 2 explosive sniper shots. I wish I could show you guys that, but unfortunately, I do not own an explosive sniper. And it can take just 1 homing rocket, which you will see if... I don't have any ammo. Evan, you want to demonstrate? It can take exactly 1 homing rocket before it actually blows up. So, like that. So, you definitely want to keep your countermeasures in mind when you are flying around on this thing. Because if you don't, you are really going to get screwed over.
Mutual. How can I be of service? I'll look into it.
And don't fly this thing over war zones. That is probably going to be my last recommendation on this review. Because if you try and fly it over war zones, you're going to get shot out of the out of the front of it. Like I said, because you have literally no frontal cover, your entire front of your body is going to be open as shit. Yeah, so that's it. Would I personally recommend buying this vehicle? Maybe if you need something to get from point A to point B and you don't really want to pay the price for the Deluxo. But as far as combat, it's not the best that you can buy. But it's not the worst. And the upgrades are a bit pricey for what they actually are. So would I personally buy it? Maybe if you want to wait for the trade price, depending on how much you're going to use it. But that pretty much does it for this GTA Online review. And I will see you guys in the next one.